Hi guys, welcome to another video. Hope you're all keeping well. Well, I finally got to see it. Halloween ends, and I'm going to give you all my opinion now on this movie. Right, alright then, so before I say anything further, and as I say, give you everything I thought about it as a whole, I'll just read you the blurb at the back of this Blu-ray. Only one of them will survive. The most acclaimed and revered horror franchise in film history reaches its epic, terrifying conclusion. Well, I wouldn't say epic. As Laurie Strode, played by Jamie Lee Curtis, faces off for the last time against the embodiment of evil, Michael Myers. But I'd be the bloody last time as well. Oh. Michael hasn't been seen for 4 years after the events of Halloween Kills. Laurie lives with her granddaughter, Ali Allison, and has chosen to liberate herself from fear and rage and embrace life. Now, when a young man is accused of killing a boy he was babysitting, a cascade of violence and terror is ignited with a final confrontation between Laurie and Michael. Oh, excuse me, guys. Unlike any ever captured on screen. So there you go, guys. That's the blurb for this new Blu-ray edition of the last movie in the new Halloween trilogy. Halloween Ends. Alright then, guys, so I presume you're all dying to know what I thought of this movie. I don't know where to start, guys, I honestly don't. I didn't like it. Well, you most probably gathered that by the manner in which I started this video. I did not like this one little bit, and to be quite frank, I think this is an insult to the whole Halloween franchise. I really do. All the negative reviews all the negative reviews were right. It was a load of utter rubbish. It didn't even seem like a bloody Halloween movie, you didn't even see Michael Myers in it much, I think they made a bad mistake here, guys, taking the story in a different direction. All right, admittedly, when it first started with the guy, babysitting for the family and that, I thought it did seem a bit promising. Because I thought to myself, oh, I wonder what direction they're going to take this and that. But as the movie played out, I became more and more excruciatingly bored. And yeah, I just hope we don't make any more of these. I think Myers has had his day now. No more final confrontations between Laurie Strode and Michael Myers. Had enough. It's well worn, and I think it should lay it to rest. The title should mean exactly what it says. Halloween Ends. Please, no more Michael. No more crap stories. No more corny plots. Oh yeah, I didn't like it at all, guys. And I'm on two minds really whether to keep it in my Halloween collection. But with me being a completist, I might just throw it in. But yeah, I didn't say it was nowhere near. Blimey, I thought Halloween Kills was bad with all that corny dialogue. Evil dies tonight. This was even worse. Shows Laurie Strode 4 years later. There's a bit of a big time jump, actually, 4 years later. You don't know where the hell Myers is. Did he fear to him and that? Where the bloody hell is he? But you do eventually see him later, but not so much later on in the movie, guys, and that was a bit of an anticlimax as well. And don't even get me started on that ending. Oh, it felt as if it had been bloody tacked on at the end, corny, it's too formulaic now, this franchise. And I'm sorry to say, this, gotta be one of the worst, if not the worst, movies in the whole series. As I've repeatedly said, the first two, for me, Halloween, the original from 1978, and the sequel, 1981, they were the best. But the franchise did gradually go downhill, but this was one of the worst, guys. It really was, very, very disappointing. And I don't blame all the Halloween fans, expressing that dissatisfaction and anger towards this movie. I don't blame them one little bit, because it was a load of tosh. A load of tosh. Now, I hate saying that about a Halloween movie, but where's the nearest waste paper bin, for God's sake? I hated this movie. I really hated it. The story, I think this is it with these modern producers now, when they start taking risks. Oh, I know, we'll take the story in an entirely different direction. They were building up all the fans' devotion with the first two. All right, they weren't perfect, but they were building up a steady loyalty with this new, a treble. And then you go and blow it all by doing something stupid, like, where have I heard that before? They go and blow it all by doing something stupid, taking the character in a completely different direction. And I did not like that lead antagonist, that teenager, that Corey. Oh, what was he doing in that bloody movie? It was rubbish. The characters were rubbish. The story was rubbish. It did not grip me one little bit. I actually started being a little bit drowsy, after half an hour, But I actually, it's a wonder it did stay awake and watch it play out, But oh God, entertaining. It was not gripping. It was not. I did not like it at all, guys. But I know there is a small proportion that do like it. But I'm not. If you haven't seen the movie, I'm not saying don't go out. I'm not saying to you don't buy it. Because I wasn't put off. Like I read a lot of the reviews, poor reviews. So I was going. I wasn't put off from completely watching it because I've watched every single movie, so I thought to myself, I'll watch it, I'll give it a go and see what it's like. But I was very disappointed, guys. It didn't, and even Michael, he wasn't very scary. I think it's been well worn that now, the Michael Myers saga, and I didn't like, and there was some strange things in this as well, guys. Some strange. I won't go on too much. And I thought to myself, what did they put that in for? Is that supposed to be entertaining? But I didn't like the scenes. There was one particularly drawn out scene in a disco that seemed to go on forever and ever. And you could hardly, they were talking in the disco, and you could hardly hear what they were bloody saying. The main guy, Corey, and that, he encounters the mother in the disco, whose son he accidentally killed when he was babysitting. And and the character, this Corey, he turns into a murderous maniac like Michael, and it's not really given. There's no solid reason given why he suddenly goes manic. All right, he picks the mask, he encounters Michael down in the like a kind of a subway. And the assumption is, when he picks the mask up, the evil he's imbued with Michael's malevolence. But it was just corny, guys. At times very, very laughable as well. And particularly the confrontation at the end with Laurie Strode and Michael. We've seen it so many times, guys, and this was one of the worst. This was one of the worst ones. I felt it had just been tacked on at the end without much thought. Laurie Strode, she didn't really stand out in this movie, and in the end, spoiler alert. So if you haven't seen the movie, you might like to turn down your volume. Spoiler alert. In the end, it was basically just two senior citizens battling pathetically in a house. All the bad reviews, guys, were justified. Very, very disappointing movie. This edition here, I just got a couple of special features on here. Deleted and extended scenes. Go behind the scenes with the original final girl, Jamie Lee Curtis, and filmmakers to celebrate the making of the greatest horror franchise ever made. Oh, I don't know about bloody celebrate, but I think they should leave it now, guys. This has run its course. Halloween. One of the greatest horror franchises ever. In fact, it's my all-time in regards to modern franchises. This is my favourites, but it's just gone downhill. It's very, very rare, really, guys, that a franchise, every single movie, can live up to the greatness of the original. Psycho, all the Psycho movies, they were a pleasing exception. Or even the Friday the 13th, they had a couple of duds as well. Where he gets put up in space and that. But getting back to this, guys, it was a real bore fest. It didn't even seem like a bloody Halloween movie. It seemed to be incongruous to the other two stories. All right, you got Laurie Strode back, but there was no excitement in it. I didn't like that main character, that Corey. I thought to myself, what the bloody hell is he doing in a Halloween movie? And I didn't like the characters. I just didn't like it, guys. It was a major disappointment. But as I say, with me being a completist, I might just stick it in the collection. Maybe get out, maybe I don't know, maybe a couple 10, 20 years time and give it another, if I can bear it, another watch. But it just was a missed opportunity. They could have gone out on a real high with this, guys. The final one. They were all going on about, the big one, the big confrontation between Laurie Strode and Michael Myers. Flipping heck. More like a bloody damp firework, if you ask me. But he didn't see Michael. This is a major bugbear with a lot of fans. He didn't see much of Michael in it, and when you did, he wasn't scary at all. His face is like they did the same thing here with Jason. His face was like partially burnt away. But he didn't nowhere near as gripping as when you first saw him way back in 1978, because it was all different then, wasn't it? It was something new. But as these movies have been churned out, so the enjoyability factor has took a major nosedive, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. But yeah, I just wish I had better things to say about this, guys. You know, and those teenagers as well that were Howard and Corey, they were entertaining as well. It was more like a bloody teen film, this, than a horror movie. You know, they were popping up everywhere, they were harassing them and that, you know, and of course you get the just desserts, like when Michael comes on the scene. And he goes into sort of like, this Corey, he goes into this kind of, the film builds it up, it builds up and builds up. He goes into this kind of like unholy alliance with him and Michael, you know, sort of like a partnership, killing people. But then, I don't know what happened there, but they seem to just abandon that near the end and just sort of like tacked on an anticlimactic ending, you know. But yeah, what, you know, they were building it up like sort of like to say like there was the two killers now. There was Corey and there was Michael. Then he seemed to lose interest and just sort of like, oh, that's it now. We'll just go back to a convention, just finishing it now, and that's it, you know. But yeah, well, let's hope Halloween Ends, as I say, the titular title. Let's hope it is Halloween Ends. I don't want to see any, as much as it pains me to say this, I do not want to see any more of Michael, and I definitely don't want to see any bloody spin-offs like The Shape, or somebody was suggesting he could do a bloody spin-off The Shape. No, thank you. Please, no more Halloween movies. We have had quite enough. Quite enough. Draw the line. Move on. Yeah, I've said it before. They're getting writers sending in stories, all different kinds of stories, you know, and I bet there's a few gems there. Surely they could start doing something, some different kind of horror movies instead of going back to the same franchise and trying to, you sort of like reinvigorate something that's dead in the water, basically dead in the water. So yeah, I just wish I had better things to say about this, guys. You know, it was a very slow. Oh my lord, was it slow? Really, really slow. You know, and as I say, you know, it's a wonder. It's a wonder I stayed awake watching this to the very end, because I was really disappointed. You know, I think I'm going to say it again. I said it before, I'm going to say it again. It's an absolute insult to the Halloween franchise. I don't care if there's anybody watching this that doesn't like what I'm saying. I'm just saying it like it is. This was a complete insult to the Halloween franchise. I did not like it at all. The movie stank, actually. Yeah, but that's it now. I've had my little rants. But yeah, all right then, guys. So onto a rating now. I'm going to give it. Well, it's lucky to get this. I'm just going to give it a bloody 2 out of 10. That's all it's worth. You know. Boring movie. Dull storyline. The characters were flat. They weren't really fleshed out. And a very, very strange departure from what we're used to from the Halloween series and that. And unforgivable lack of Myers in this movie. You're hardly bloody seeing him in the movie, as I say. You know, so I don't know what his gob. I don't know why they stuck his gob on the front there. You think, oh, Michael's going to be in this right through. Oh, I'd say he was barely in the bloody thing, you know. So this week's live stream, guys, I might bring this up actually and get a little discussion going. What did you think of this? Before I even start, I know what the majority of opinions, you know, the overriding opinion is going to be. Yeah, no wonder it got some bloody bad reviews, guys. You know, I can see now why so many people hated it. Can't understand why some of these people liked it. You know, but then we've all got our own. You know, one man's meat is another man's poison. But yeah, very, very sad. This series has fizzled out on a very, very sad and dire note. And this movie, in my opinion, should not have been made. They should have left it. All right, they wanted to reinvigorate the series by doing this trilogy. They should have left it at the 2, and that's it. Don't do any more. You know, doing sort of like building all hype up the grand finale and that. Oh, as I say, it just fizzled out like a damn squib. You know, so but yeah, all right then, guys. So yeah, I'm very, very sorry to have to say Halloween Ends was one of the worst movies. But I thought the other was bad. Evil Dies Tonight. This was even bloody worse than that. You know, and the Rob Zombie one with the white horse again. You know, crap. You know, so yeah, so there you go, guys. So that concludes my review of the final Halloween movie in the new trilogy, Halloween Ends. Have you seen this movie? Do you share my opinion that it was a load of tosh? Leave your comments down below. You know, be very, very interested to hear what you thought of it. But oh God, did this movie stink. It really stunk. And as I say, they should have left it, guys. You know, the first 2 were the best, you know, for me. This was just a pile of excrements. It really was, you know. So there you go, guys. That's my review of Halloween Ends. Yeah, okay. All right, then, the usual. If you liked the video, please feel free to share, subscribe, comment, And all going well, I'll be back again very, very soon with another video. Now, if you'll excuse me a minute while I go and find the nearest waste paper bin. See ya.